bet you any money that Charles is this nigga's father, bro.
Fine. Sacrifice? Don't you talk to me about sacrifice, Charles. I had to send my son back to the island, knowing full well that...
That's my son too, Eloise.
Just cut his dick off. That's what I would have done. Shit, if I was Norman...
Tu sei una carteggiani?
Se volete ricerà così.
Io pensavo che mio figlio se ne fotteva. Federico prima. Tu sei più buono col gioco mio.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. I know it's been well, not for you guys, doesn't matter. I was gonna say something, but it doesn't matter to you guys. I was gonna say something that would be to our Patreon members, but I forgot. Patreon members don't see my intros until the video actually comes out on YouTube. So either way, we are here, season 3, episode 7 of Mad Men. Man, we are rolling quite along. You know, we have quite a few seasons to go for this show. I'm looking forward to continue to make my commentary on these episodes to see how they go over. Listen, not everything that I say you got to take literally. Okay, this is a new year. I'm recording this on New Year's Day, January 1st, 2023. Let's jump into Mad Men season 3, episode 7. Let's get it. Let's go.
It's hard for me to judge when I can't see a price tag.
A modern chinoiserie break front.
And what goes here?
Where?
Right where we're standing.
Is this a flashback or something?
That's your hearth, darling. That's the soul of your home. People gather around a fire even if there isn't one.
Don,
I think it's fine, Betsy.
all you do at work all day is evaluate objects. I would like the benefit of your eye.
Move the end table and the lamp to the other end of the couch.
I think he's right.
When do you want us to move the meeting to?
Mr. Draper?
Move it. I'm 15 minutes late. I told you I don't want them hovering. If I'm late, send them away and call them when I get here.
Mr. Draper, Conrad Hilton is in your office.
20 minutes.
Can take an hour if you need it. He wants to look busy.
Move it.
And he's sitting in his chair.
I've got a personal matter. It's not fit for the phone. I don't know what I'm more disturbed by. The fact that you don't have a Bible, or that there's not a single family photo. They'll make you feel better about what you do. Start showing up on time.
Today I'm late because I was spending time with my family reading the Bible.
You're a married man, so you'll have to use your imagination. But I have this involvement.
Oh, you have an entanglement, do
My
you?
needs are being met.
He has an entanglement.
Yes.
So what do I do when my eye starts to wander? I want you to handle the Waldorf Astoria, the New York Hilton, and the Statler Hilton. It's just New York, but my eye has definitely started to wander. Retainer, etc., that's for lawyers. Everything else will be like this. Young people give us energy, don't forget that. I'll take it from here. It's not much to start with, but I look forward to sharing my dreams with you.
Speak to you soon.
That's huge, dude. That is huge. Huge.
You made it clear you don't want to talk about it. But at least tell us how you know him.
We ran into each other at a party. That'll be all.
It's literally how it happened. We just ran into each other at a party.
I know Roger will be the face of this thing, but I wouldn't mind doing the legwork.
Pete, I think you're supposed to bring in the account, and I'm supposed to beg to be on it.
I think I've convinced North American they're going to need to spend more if they want to get out of NASA and into the Pentagon.
When they do, we can talk about Hilton.
No. Yes, of course. He's busy. It's Wilson 48038. Betty Draper. You can call me anytime. Draper residence.
Mrs. Draper, it's Henry Francis.
Yes,
that
of
was
course.
quick.
I appreciate you getting back to me so quickly. Stop it.
Literally less than a minute.
Going in the study, hang up the phone.
Hang up the phone.
Damn it!
before.
What is wrong with you?
You said to hang up the phone.
After
What?
I pick up the phone.
I know how that goes. How are you? You must have had your baby by now.
Yes, I did.
He was the one that
I
was
remembered.
touching her stomach.
A little boy? I just realized everyone who calls you must want something.
Actually, I've been doing most of the calling lately. What can I do for you?
Well, we were hoping you could stop the destruction of the Pleasantville Road Reservoir.
I know the area.
Well, it's practically the governor's backyard.
That's true, but I grew up there as well.
Really? Where?
Mount Salem. I'll buy you a cup of coffee and then we can take a hike to the reservoir. 3 too late for you?
No, it's perfect. I'll make it work.
I can save you the trouble. It's from him and it's expensive.
I'm going to fire her. Elegance and success. Duck. I wonder who wrote that for him.
I don't trust him.
Why? Because he wants us?
Did he put you on Hilton?
I don't know what you're talking about. Stop barging in here and infecting me with your anxiety. Hilton Hotels? Did we get that?
Do you live in a cave? Conrad Hilton came to see Don this morning. He was right there.
Really? What was he like?
I only got a quick look at him. He was skinny, like a cowboy.
This conversation is
Look,
so weird.
I'm keeping this.
But only in movies. Have you ever in your life have a conversation like this where it's like you're discussing 3 things at once? Have you ever experienced this before? Only in TV shows and movies I've ever seen this happen, where it's like 2 people conversing and they're talking about 3 different subjects at once, and you're able to follow it. Because it's like it's like when one person says, okay, don't ask me about that, or they kind of shove it to the side, but they still bring it back up based on something that they said before, or they move on to another subject, to the next subject, which continuing that conversation. So it's like having 2 or 3 conversations at once. It's weird, but still very easy to follow.
We're not tied together. I'll keep my mouth shut. And you do whatever you want. So what? Don didn't like him. It's the world against Don. And now it's someone else.
True. But Duck would love to hit Don where it hurts.
Well, I'm not going anywhere. And I'm not going to tell Don.
Yeah, you are getting wooed, Peggy.
When were you going to tell us about this?
London is thrilled with Hilton's potential for international growth.
Finally.
I don't know if we should celebrate yet. His lawyer's called, and there's a little matter of the contract.
Well, don't be afraid to push back. I agreed to the New York hotels, but everything else should be under our terms.
This is regarding your contract.
Or lack thereof.
Oh yeah, he
It may
doesn't
seem
have.
like a formality to you, but to Mr. Hilton, it's a necessity that all the principals in the firm be secured.
He's not
I'll
under
give my word.
contract,
And he'll take it.
but his lawyers
His
won't.
lawyers won't.
Yeah, it's understandable. Like I can't even say nothing against that. He doesn't want to be tied down to the company.
Obviously, you'll want your attorney to look it over.
Very generous. I'll think about it.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be under contract.
If someone handed me that contract, I'd be filled with glee. I've never seen that before.
Well, we want to take care of him.
I think he'll enjoy something he can't have. And you should tell him that it matters to me.
It matters to him.
You don't want to be tied
This is
down,
the
and
way
I
it
understand
has
that
to
too.
be, not just for Conrad Hilton, but for Sterling Cooper.
You know what the funny thing about this whole thing is, and why I'm on Don's side more than their side, is that Don has been at this company now for a long time. They had him on the silent partnership, never put his name on the door, and that alone, you know, I think in my last reaction, in my last review, I was saying that he should leave and open up his own shop, because he still got cucked, even though he got a payout because of the British taking over. He still got essentially cucked, because it's like, now he's working, now he's there, he doesn't make any kind of unilateral decisions. They still try to bring in somebody to put over as head of accounts over him, right? Even though Duck, you know, still wanted that position. Now Duck is trying to get people out of, you know, trying to, you know, poach people from Sterling Cooper. The reason why I'm looking at this, and I'm saying that Don deserves more than this, and I don't think he should take this deal, because he's right. He knows the guy, right? Conrad can actually tell his lawyers that, hey, forget about that whole thing. I need Don. Figure it out. He doesn't need to have a contract or a certain, you know, insure or whatever the situation, what you guys are saying, because from the look of the guy, he wants Don. And when dudes like that say they want somebody to handle something, that's who they want to handle something. They don't care about all the hubbalaboo and all this other stuff that lawyers got to figure out. I think he could speak to his lawyers and tell them, hey, I want Don. I don't care if he's not on the contract. You get what I'm saying? Like, in 3 years, like, what's that gonna do? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I know they want to lock him down for that 3 years and ensure that they handle stuff for the 3 years. But at any moment, you can get up and still take your business from us. We're not going on the contract. You know what I'm saying? The contract never means that you can't leave, but a contract means that I can't leave. You get what I'm saying? So you can get up, you might not like what I'm doing with the hotels, and decide you're not staying with Sterling Cooper. Now I'm stuck here in this contract that I have to, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's not a fair trade. And that's why I don't think he should take it. But at the end of the day, as I said, he's been passed over so many times in this company. I think it's time they put Don's name on the door. That's just what I'm saying. I think it's time that he becomes a partner in this. The British, they can make it happen. They just don't want to. And for some reason, Sterling and Cooper will never, for some reason, they never consider this. Like, the time they offered him partnership and they made him a silent partner, they didn't even put his name on the door. I'm like, bro, come on, man. It's time for you to show Don the respect that he deserves. Come on now. Oh, I guess that was a flashback of sorts. How the hell did you end up here in this position, Don?
Jesus.
So, you have your folder.
I thought I'd just give you the literature and a copy of the petition. I don't know that I'm a great spokesman.
I looked into this for you, and I'm afraid it's underway.
Oh, no. We're too late.
Maybe if you knew somebody with some clout.
Clout,
I
you
don't
say?
even know what you do.
No, I'm a lawyer, but I don't use it much.
We all have skills we don't use. I was an anthropology major. Imagine that.
You may be saving your community right now. I'm hungry. Do you mind?
I don't know.
Fine. You can read from your folder and watch me eat. I don't know what I can do about the water tank.
Oh.
Don't give up so easily. What are you doing?
It's the eclipse. He made a contraption.
Don't look at it.
I don't know. Why shouldn't we look at the eclipse? For real.
I think so. I feel a little dizzy.
Take a deep breath.
So you never had time to go to the reservoir anyway.
I only had an hour. I figured that's what you need. A fainting couch.
What's that?
Fainting couch.
Victorian ladies would get overwhelmed. Of course it's in things. They'd need a place to lie down. May I walk you to your car?
I don't know. This is still a small town.
No, of course. Mrs. Draper?
Betty.
Well, at least she's aware, you know.
So that's a rain check for the hike. I'll contact you as soon as I know anything.
Seems harmless.
You don't want to watch it?
Oh, I will once it gets a little further along.
I don't know if you heard me before, but it only happens once every 10 years.
You gonna take a vacation?
I don't think so. I'll get August off. Then September I'm back at it. It's all fairly prescribed.
Been here in August? It's a ghost town.
Must just come right out and ask if I'm going to be around.
I was just making conversation. You can change it if you want to.
You're all the same. The drinking, the philandering.
Do you want me to leave you alone? Just say so.
It's hard because this happens a lot.
Nothing is happening. We're just talking.
So you're different, huh?
Is that impossible?
You're all wearing the same shirt.
Who did Peggy sleep with? This is Peggy, right? Yeah. Cause we're seeing all the events that took place that leads up to this.
Hello.
Miss Olson, what a pleasant surprise.
I haven't changed my mind, and I'd appreciate you not sending things.
Things you want to keep?
I'm sending it back. And I hope you take that as a definitive answer. Why are you meeting at the pier?
Have you been to Gray? It's a Penn Station toilet with Venetian blinds.
I can't do that.
You can and you will. Then I'll leave you alone.
Don't contact me again.
You just called him. Did you not?
Are you afraid you're going to have a boss? You will. The client.
It's not that.
What is the problem? You think you're more dangerous without a contract? You are. And it's affecting our business. Maybe we could put your name out front.
Maybe? Nigga.
Cooper, probably. Well, I'll let you get back to work. All I need is a letter of intent.
So do you know who you're gonna put on Hilton yet?
No.
Well, I don't know if they want a woman's point of view, but I read his book and...
Who told you we were going to land Hilton? Because we're not. And I resent you bringing work in here under pretense. And you thought you'd come in here and ask for it because I never say no.
You say no all the time.
What do I have to do for you? Peggy, tell me. You were my secretary. And now you have an office and a job that a lot of full-grown men would kill for. If you want a raise, you want this account. Put your nose down and pay attention to your work, because there's not one thing that you've done here that I couldn't live without.
That was a little harsh.
You're good. Get better. Stop asking for things.
Was that too harsh? That was a bit too harsh. You know what? You know what? I'm not gonna say it's too harsh. I'm not gonna say it's too harsh because this is man's world, man. See, that's what you're in, and I think he would have gave it to any of his other any of them that were doing the same thing. He didn't say nothing that wasn't true. A lot of stuff that she has done, we could have done without it. It might be a harsh way to say it, but it's true. It's like every time there's something coming up, y'all are coming to me for stuff. Like, it's like You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand what he's going through. Maybe his tone. Maybe his tone was a bit too much. He didn't say anything that was off. Like, I didn't disagree with us. That's why I was like, yeah, I mean, it's the truth, man. It's the truth, man. They're always like trying to pick off the bones. You know what I mean? It's like they're always trying to look to him for everything, because it's like he's always saying no. It's just like, nah, y'all get what y'all want and then y'all still want more. It's just like, I feel him on that, but it's the pressure though, because Don is not usually like that. So it's him thinking about the contract and, you know, other things as well.
Betty, if I can be frank, it's important.
What's wrong?
Well, it's a little touchy. I don't want to put you in a strange position.
But you are.
It's about his contract.
Why are you talking to his wife about his contract?
Look, I know you have to be on the same page as him. He's your husband. But it's a lot of money, Betty. I want you to see what you can do to get him to sign it. I know you're the woman behind the man.
Honestly, I find it terribly disrespectful that you would go behind his back.
Thank you.
I have to go.
Thank you. W Betty. That's what they be doing on the streams. W Betty. That's a W. That's the wife right there. That's the wife right there. You know what I mean? That's the wife right there. That is the wife right there. Tell him like it is. I find it real disrespectful that you would go behind his back like this. Oh my God, that was dirty. That was dirty. So not cool, Roger. So not cool. I don't respect that move at all. And I'm glad that Betty, yes, Betty. W. Put some W's in the chat for Betty.
You missed 2 minutes. I was going to give you 10 more minutes. I'm not having anything.
A whiskey.
You are Don's girl, aren't you?
Don't tell me that Peggy
I
ended
was
up
raised on
sleeping
whiskey.
with Duck. And I said it. I didn't even really mean it.
Would I get to go to Paris for a mess?
They come here. But you're not going anywhere where you are. Just so you know, that's what opportunity looks like.
I cannot
I'm just sorry I won't be seeing you
believe.
every day. I was just thinking about all the times I walked.
Hey, yo, what?
How is that possible?
What do you want from me?
I want to take you in that bedroom, lock the door, and give you a go-around like you've never had.
I was just throwing that out there as a theory of who she possibly could be in the bed with. I didn't expect it to be Duck. Bruh.
Sterling called. He pretended to be calling for you, and then he started on me about your contract.
What?
Your contract, Don?
I'm calling him.
Don't.
Bets, don't worry about my job.
Why would I? I don't know anything about it.
You don't
They
have
offered
to.
you a contract, and you didn't say a damn thing to me. I had to hear about it from him.
You know what? You see, this is the kind of stuff that gets me in trouble on YouTube. This is the kind of stuff that gets me in trouble on YouTube, because I should not have to comment on stuff like this. Why do I have to discuss a contract with you? Why? This decision does not affect you in any way possible. We making money. We already making money. Are you gonna throw your... Listen, let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell y'all something. You see any kind of business deals that come across me? My girl doesn't know anything about it. And she does not care. I take care of the home. I take care of the money. She knows. Listen, if there's a situation where I need her opinion on it, that's the only time she will hear, because she doesn't need to worry about it. At the end of the day, she don't need to worry about it, just like our Betty doesn't need to worry about it. Why are you have all of a sudden We just gave you a W. Now you taking an L, Betty. Come on, man. You don't need to know, ladies. If a man is taking care of you, you don't need to know. Even if you know the certain bills that exist, like you know that these bills need to be paid, i.e. stuff like mortgage, light bill, water bill, whatever the situation is, right? You know that those bills exist. You know that they need to be paid, car payment, whatever, right? You don't have to know. If you know that I'm working, that I'm doing something legitimately to keep roof over our head. I'm not talking about them dudes that are out there doing, crime and, to make money, scammers and doing all of this other stuff. I'm talking about legitimate businessmen who are out there killing it, working, anywhere from 80 to 100 hours a week. Why is she being so combative about this? Like, it doesn't even matter. Let me hear what Don is like. And why the hell won't you sign it? What's with this attitude?
And why the hell won't you sign it?
Since, as usual, you're turning this into something about yourself. No contract means I have all the power. They want me, but they can't have me.
You're right. Why would I think that has anything to do with me?
It doesn't.
You don't know where you're going to be in 3 years?
You know what? I'm gonna calm down, bro. I'm gonna calm down. I know there's gonna be somebody in the comment section of this video just taking Betty's side on this. There's gonna be somebody who thinks this is how a wife is supposed to be. Because it has nothing to, of course, it has nothing to do with you. It's not because I don't know where I'm going to be in 3 years. Right? I have all the power, right, of not having any contract. It's not about I don't want to be tied down. You're taken care of. What are you worried about? We have right now in their situation back in the day, they have enough money to put all 3 of their kids all the way through 18 years old and don't have to worry about anything. He could retire today. He could retire today and they would still be okay. And this woman is sitting here arguing, bro, and making it about her. It's not about you. But let's see how this conversation is, because I don't want to say nothing not too out of pocket, man, because people are always looking at this stuff and making it seem like, oh, it's disrespectful to women and your wife and she should know everything. No, you don't have to know everything. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to know. You know that I go to work every day. Now, mind you, I'm not saying this to excuse Don and his cheating, because I've spoke extensively about that stuff. But the stuff that Betty is doing right now, where she's making one hullabaloo about money, come on, man. Just be taken care of. That's all you need to be concerned about. You don't need to concern. I don't care how you could have a business degree for all I care. I don't care. I don't care how much you know about money. You don't need to. You just don't need to know. It's not something you need to know. It's something you want to know. And if I choose to share that with you, then that's cool. But it's not something you have to know about. Because at the end of the day, if you choose to divorce me, you're taking half my shit anyways. That I can't hide from. Come on, man. Damn. You could have finished this episode 1-0. And you just, you know what I'm saying? You just took a draw. Are they trying to hitchhike?
Where are you headed?
Niagara Falls.
But we'll settle for the nearest motel.
We're getting married.
Niagara Falls, fancy that.
People keep trying to talk us out of it.
Why's that?
Well, we don't really know each other that well. They're passing a law that if you're married, they can't send you to Vietnam.
I don't know if you've served.
Oh, really?
I don't want to offend you.
Again, none of my business.
Cadillac. We don't have gas money, but
They're Reds. You ever had them?
What are they?
Beano barbecue.
Oh yeah, let's do drugs together. That's always a great idea, to do drugs with strangers. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How old are you?
19.
how old are you?
She got a booty back there. Sheesh.
The hillbilly knocks on the door of his new neighbor's house.
Hallucinating.
Howdy, neighbor, he says. In honor of you moving into the holler, I'm gonna throw a party. Sounds like fun, neighbor says. What can I bring? Hillbilly replies, you can bring anything you want. Just gonna be you and me.
Oh, damn.
Look at you. Up to your old tricks. You're a bum, you know that?
No, I'm not.
Look at your hands. They're as soft as a woman's. What do you do?
The guilt.
What do you make?
I gave him 2.
How the hell is he still awake?
Are they trying to rob him? Ah, they robbed him. Yeah.
I'm worried that housekeeping is going to come in.
Put up the sign. I'll call them when we're done.
I don't know.
Come on. I love the morning.
What were you thinking? It's awful.
It's an antique.
We discussed this for months, and we decided antiques were expected. Look around. You have ruined the whole room. If you want to keep it, please do not tell people I did this.
I'm sorry. Mr. Cooper's waiting for you.
Thank you.
Sacagawea carried a baby on her back all the way to the Pacific Ocean. And somewhere that baby thinks he discovered America. We brought you in, we nurtured you like family, and now's the time to pay us back.
Say again, bitch?
Can't go any further on your own, Don. Would you say I know something about you, Don?
You gotta be kidding me.
I would.
You're gonna extort him into signing the contract? You a bitch, dude. You a bitch. This is where I would have walked out.
After all, when it comes down to it, who's really signing this contract anyway?
I would go and I would set up my own shop. Because it's my word against yours. Because you don't have no evidence. You just have we had something that we discussed or whatever.
I signed it.
Happy? I really want you guys to go to the comment section of this video and really tell me that I was wrong in this video. I really want it. I'm inviting the smoke for this episode. I'm inviting it because see, this is what I'm saying when I talk about men and how they should operate, right? And how they should operate, because this was plain and simple. Don did this out of pure pressure, right? Pure pressure from all corners. He was pressured into doing this. Now, you can say in the end, you know, Cooper had something on him, and forced him to sign the contract? You could say that. But let's look at the facts here. You know, let's look at what happened, right? Especially with the whole Betty situation, right? I've talked about it extensively already. I don't want to talk about it too much here in the review. But she feels some sort of way about this, about her not knowing about this contract. This whole time, he has never involved you in any of it. You enjoy the amenities. You're out here redecorating after you just had a baby, with this man having damn near zero input, unless because he doesn't care about that. His duty is not to decorate his home, right? That's you all day. You asked for his input, he gave you his input, and he was out, right? These are all the things that you enjoy when you don't know nothing. These are all the things that you're enjoying. You are the one that I love, right? You're the one that I love. You're enjoying this stuff. Why do you need to know how this contract with this company is going? Why do I need to come and sit down with you? Hey, you know, I got this new contract that I have to sign. You know, I'm considering it. You know, right now I don't have a contract, so I'm more of a free, you know what I'm saying? I'm more freelance right now, and I'm still making this bread. Why am I going to put myself on the contract? That deal got to be really substantial for me to consider something like that either way, right? Why do I have to sit down with you and tell you that? Why are you so upset about it? And this is why I say a lot of times when I go at Betty is because of these little things that she does. And I'm just like, sometimes you really take that W, but there's also a lot of times when you take L's, because it's just like, bro, you are acting as if you're not enjoying, like you're not getting any benefits out of this marriage. Like, you're acting like you're not getting any, you go horseback riding. Like, you guys don't understand the kind of life that you got to be living to do the things that Betty does on a consistent basis. Like the life that she enjoys, the house that she lives in, the comfortable life that she lives, where she can take care of the kids, and the stuff that she enjoys as a hobby, right? All things that are paid for by Don, right? And Don is not complaining about any of it. He's not complaining about any of it. And now I have to sit down and discuss with you a contract I gotta sign? For what? For what? It's a consideration. It's not something I have to do. It's not something that's going to affect us. Like, this is a big deal. And she kind of guilt tripped him into it because of, you know, the whole dynamic, because he came home after she called him out for cheating and stuff like that. So now she's gonna use that now as a thing to sting him every time and be like, oh, you don't want to do this? Oh, you don't know where you're gonna be in 3 years? That's the reason why you don't want to sign the contract? Right? It's just unfair to him. And anybody that sits there and make it seem like this is cool, right? It's not cool, right? So we have Don in this very weird situation, and then he ended up signing the contract, mainly because of Cooper, you know what I'm saying, kind of trying to pull the card that he knows about the thing that Pete told him about, I think back in season 1, right? Was it season 1, or I think it was season 1 or beginning of season 2? I'm not even sure. Not even sure when he did that, because I think it's in beginning of season 2 that his brother hanged himself. It's just insane to me that people can watch stuff like this and they still come out thinking that the woman is right. That's why I'm inviting the comment section. I'm inviting you guys that are watching this. Go in the comment section and tell me how you felt about this, because this is, you know what I'm saying? Like, because maybe I'm just the one that's delusional and not thinking here. Maybe it's just me, right? Maybe it is just me, and I need to get off my high horse, whatever, right? Maybe it is just me. But let me know in the comment section, man. Of course, you know, Peggy, Duck. I actually didn't see that happening, but it did. So I guess Deer appear. I guess Peggy might just end up leaving now, or maybe she'll stay with Sterling Cooper and then stay with Sterling Cooper and then still have a relationship with Duck. However they decide to go about that. I mean, pretty much that was, all this was all about. This episode was essentially just how they ended up where they ended up. How did Betty end up on the couch? How did Don end up where he is, getting robbed? And essentially, how did Peggy and whoever she was in the bed with at the time, right? So yeah, of course, Duck is sending her presents and trying to poach her from the company for her to come over to Gray's, and she wasn't budging because Pete was essentially trying to tell her, is like, we kind of got a good thing going on here, you know what I'm saying? You never know what can happen, and all that good stuff. Kind of let her know that you can't go over there, right? Because he's not going. I don't know if subconsciously he doesn't want Peggy to leave because he still has feelings for Peggy. Could be that as well, because he's not planning to leave. Plus, he's essentially in line to become head of accounts at some point at this company, so that could be it as well. I mean, really and truly, Don is not really I think he's like the art director or something. I don't remember what his position is, but he's not the head honcho anymore. That was like right below Sterling and Cooper. He's not that anymore because we have that other English dude because they were bought out, right? So in my opinion, I would have left, but that's just me. Other people might not see it that way. In my opinion, I would have just packed up and be like, okay, I'll go and I'll take Hilton with me, because it's me that he wants, not you, right? It's not the company that he wants. I just so happen to be here and he wants me. That's my client, and that's a huge client for me to start out with if I'm gonna start up my own thing. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, Don has the money, in my opinion, to start an advertising company and become direct competition to them on his own. He could do that, in my opinion. Maybe you guys don't feel the same way, but I feel like he has the money that he could start something on his own, right? But for them to say to him, I didn't like what Cooper said to him, is like, you wouldn't be here without us. You wouldn't be, it's time for you to pay something back. It's like, we raised you up in the company and blah, 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 and it's time for you to pay us back somehow. I didn't like how that came off. You know what I mean? I didn't like how that came off because you don't own me, dude. You don't own me. Not because I work for you, not because you're acting as if I was some sort of golden boy that you just handed positions. I worked for that. I earned that. And in my opinion, I feel like Don earned his place at this company, not that it wasn't given to him. So how can you come around now telling them, oh, you owe us? What the fuck do I owe you, nigga? What the hell do I owe you? What do you mean? I earned this. I worked for this. I'm the best because of my ideas. Not because you came up with the ideas and I took them and did all this stuff for the companies. That was me. That was me. We've seen it as we watch the show. We've seen Don in action. The dude is a beast when it comes on to advertising. We've seen that. He earned his position in his company. Now you come around telling him, oh, you got to pay us back. Pay us back for what? Pay you back for what? I earned that. I worked for that. Every single cent you guys gave me, I worked for it. So I don't owe you shit. And that's why he had to pull the card. Because he knows that Don was not going to sign that contract. Right? Until they go ahead. Because he sat in that meeting and he told him, is like, nobody told him what I wanted. Right? Right? But it is what it is. That's just me. I don't like talking about a lot of things. I don't like talking about certain things because I you know, essentially, you know, some of my videos, they get demonetized because I talk about this stuff, and that's cool because I'm not going to take the video down. I'm not going to cut things out just because of YouTube or whatever, because people need to understand that these things, these kind of attitudes is what is rampant today. The Bettys of the world is all, it's all over the place. The Bettys. Women are not traditional anymore. It's those little things, man. It's those little things. Those little things that are turned into huge conversations today about these young ladies out here that don't want to do anything for their men, but they want all the privileges. They want all the privileges, and they don't want to do shit for their men. They want to live like princesses. They want men that makes, you know, $100,000 a year. They want all of these things. But what do you bring to the table? You ask women those questions these days, they think, oh, I'm this. Nothing. They don't know what a man wants. They have no clue. But they know what they want, though. They have the laundry list. Right? They have the list, but they have no clue what men want. Right? They don't know how to behave. It's those little things from back in the days now running rampant because of modern women, feminism, all of these different things. And I want to say, you know, third-rate feminism. I don't want to say, because initially, you know, feminism was all about equality. Now it's not about equality, it's about leverage. It's not about it anymore. It's not about equality anymore. So let's stop it. Feminism is not about it anymore. Right? Nowadays it's all about gaining control. That's what it's about. Right? But it is what it is. Said my piece. You guys might disagree, and that's okay. You know? First day of the year. First day of the year, and I'm already here, man. This is insane. But we're gonna do good things this year. Wishing you guys a happy new year. Whenever you see this video on YouTube, hope you guys are having a great year so far. And yes, see you guys next time. Peace.